Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming along today. I am going to work in my garden a little bit. We've had a ton of rain here in Chicago, and I have not been able to really get out here and working on anything. So, um, basically, the tomatoes are not ripening quick because we've really not had a lot of sun. It's been humid and raining, and but other things have been doing pretty well. My cucumbers are doing good. So I'll bring you down here a little bit. This is the potato plants. They are very tall. They're in the grow bags, and I thought that by planting the tomato in the middle, that the potatoes would stay low and while the tomatoes grew big. But unfortunately, all that happened was the tomato plants grew tall and like stringy. So, but they're doing better now than they were. And then over here are is my celery, and let me bring you down here a little bit. My celery and my cucumbers. I have a few cucumbers on there, and then my beans. I planted the second set of them. I don't know if you can see the little red flowers on them, but they're scarlet runners, and they get the pretty, yeah, scarlet runner beans, and they got the prettiest little red flowers on them. So those are coming along. But like I said, everything is pretty much grown up. So as you can see, I'll bring it down there. You barely got a path to get through to the garage. So I'm going to take my, I showed you before where I cut my t-shirts, my old t-shirts into strips, and I'm going to tie some of this up, and I'm going to pick some of it, and then once I get that done, I'll be right back. See you in a minute. Hi everybody, I'm back. I worked on the yard a little bit. I'm getting a little tired, so I'm going to stop for right now. But real quick, I'll show you what we did. So, sorry. You can see we have more of a walkway now, and there's Harley. Harley's there. So, I'm just going to hold the phone and not put it on the tripod. Then we can see a little bit better. So, here is my tomatoes. I don't know if I had a tomato worm, or if it was the birds, or if it was our friends the rat came. But when I came back from my Missouri trip, there was 5 tomatoes almost eaten all the way through. So what I did, I wanted to make it stinky, so I put one of those toilet things on there, and it stinks, that's for sure. And I'm just seeing if it keeps everything away, and it seems like nothing else has been back, so I don't know. And this is my chaos bag again. I have onions and green beans. They're just now flowering. Some marigolds. And these are the crazy, crazy potatoes. I've grown potatoes before in grow bags, but I'm telling you, this year they're like crazy. So if there's as many potatoes under there as there is green up on the top, we're gonna have a lot. And then this is my green beans. I just first picked a good amount for me and Harley off of them today. This is like my first picking of, I would get one here and there, but now it seems like they're doing better. And this is my bush green bean. This is the second flush I picked off of it. I got it turned upside down right now. And then I got a little squash plant back there. It's growing. It's got some flowers. And then this is my garage roof. This is my marigolds that I planted from seed. And that is the carrots and some more beans. And then there's little pepper plants back there. So everything, that's another one of the marigolds. They're growing. That's everything back there. So mostly just like onions and different things like that. So, and then over here I have some cherry tomatoes and some cucumbers. These are my flowers and those marigolds. And then in here it's like chaos. There's cucumber plants. So I got two of them right there. I just picked one. And then I also just bought some squash plants that were on markdown. And you see that little squash? There's two of them coming on. I just bought it because they were a quarter for 4 or 6 or whatever. And then I got a cucumber coming on right there also. So, and then like I said, the Scarlet Runner green beans, they're coming up. The cucumbers are sort of shading them out, but they'll come along. And then I cut a lot off the celery plants today. And my basket is full. It's very, very full. But I got a borage plant in there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with that in a little bit when we go over to the porch. And then that's my sweet potatoes, marigolds. This is my ginger plant. It's getting ready to start dying back, so it's probably gonna be about ready, and then the peppers will end up going in its place, so it won't be more like for fall. And then there's this little pepper plant. I gotta stake it. It's got a lot of little peppers on it, so that's working out good. And then this is the borage plant. I've talked about this before. You can eat the leaves. They taste like cucumber. And then out of the flowers, you can see the flowers go like crazy. And they're the prettiest little flowers. They're all really wet from raining. But again, this is the little borage plant, the little flower. They're so cute, and the pollinators just absolutely love them. And there's my potatoes. My sweet potatoes are growing up there also. So it's chaos out here. Totally chaos. I've seen this bug before. I forgot what it's called. I'll pull the leaf off and then I'll look it up. But unless you guys know. But he's got on here. And I seen another leaf that he made little tracks on. But I don't know where it's at right now. Oh, right here. Oops. Right there. They eat like in a line. Is how they eat the plants. So it's very weird. But anyways, okay, I'll be back with you in just a minute. I'm up at the front of the house now. And I think next year, I'm not even going to bother planting up anything here. This is... Hi, I'm on the front porch now. It is so humid here. It's just ridiculous. So, it's my little bag of goodies, my basket that I got, my tomatoes. I'm picking the tomatoes when they're mostly just starting to turn because, as you can see here, Once they start to ripen, they split. And I guess it's because of all this rain that we're having. They split right in half. And I got quite a few green beans, enough to cook for me and Harley for a meal, and a cucumber and a pepper. But and I got an onion and some celery and stuff like that. But what I was going to talk to you about is, I wanted to talk about rather, is the borage plant. So I showed you the borage flowers. These are the buds, and then they get the little flowers. So you can take this and you can put it in oil. I like to leave mine at least 4 weeks. You can put it in any kind of oil that you want to use, coconut oil, olive oil, whatever. And then all of this, the goodness that's good for you, will seep into the oil. And then I take the oil and I mix it in with like a little bit of beeswax, and if depending, I'll probably just put this in olive oil, but so that when I make it, I'll mix it the olive oil with a coconut oil and the beeswax, and then that makes the salve. So real quick, I'll tell you a little story about the salve. So I've been making this salve for about 4 years now, and I think it was the year before last, I was making apples. And I reached over the applesauce to stir the apple peels because was making jelly from the apple peels. And it splashed me. And I ended up with a bad burn. It was at least inch and a half long on the inside of my arm. Right away, I washed it off and ran on. I got some of that salve and I put on it, and then I covered it with a paper towel just to, cover it up so it wouldn't end up getting all over everywhere. I didn't get any scar, no scars, no nothing from it. The borage, whatever's in the flowers, and you put with that coconut oil, it is amazing, just absolutely amazing. And if you want to pretty it up a little bit, before it dries and turns hard to salve, you can take the little flower and stick them around on the top and decorate it a little bit. But I use that borage for anything, that salve. I use it if I have like a rash, or if Harley, when she's alerting me that my sugar's high, I'll, and she scratches me sometimes, I'll put that on it. It heals up, never gets infected. It's just really an amazing product. Like I said, before, I'm not a doctor. I don't know, but that's what I do for myself. But anyways, that's about all that's going on here. I was looking at my plants and stuff in the front of the house, and it's just too shady by this tree. So I think next year all I'm going to do is just plant some flowers and then leave it be. I got a few green beans from in front. I have a big squash plant that's out here, but it's just flowering. It's not getting any um, female flowers, so there's no squash or anything. It's just a bunch of flowers. I mean, which is pretty, and the neighbors all comment on it. But yeah, I think I'm just going to grow everything in the back. And next year, I'm thinking about maybe just growing in what are those things called? Those round, the raised beds. I'm thinking about maybe doing that. I don't know. So it's very costly though, and I get enough food for me and Harley out of the garden. Got an onion, not that big, but it fell over. And I'm not sure if you guys know that when it starts falling over like that, that means it's done and it's gonna go to flower. But so I take these parts off after I wash everything, and I'll dehydrate that, and then the tops of the celery, like I showed before, um, and make celery powder and onion powder from this, so nothing's wasted on it. My tomatoes are taking so long to come in this year. They're not really doing that good. I think I might be going to run to the farmer's market and buy a box of tomatoes tomorrow. I might check it out and see how much they are, because I like to can up a lot of tomatoes, and I'll take you along with that when I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Got a busy day today. And oh, by the way, I hope you enjoyed the video of Missouri at the aquarium. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So much fun. And then I hung out with my daughter for 5 days, and she was able to go with me, and we had just the best time. Just the best time. So, anyways, but I will see you soon. You take care. And thanks for spending time with me. And again, if you like this content, can you share or like or subscribe or any of that good stuff? All right. And you take care. And I'm going to go because the Air and Water Show is here this week, and they fly right over. We must be the pattern, their flight pattern, and they are so noisy. But they go down by the lake, but they have to go and turn around, I guess. So when they turn around, it's somewhere around this way where they turn. Okay, you take care. See you all. Thank you. Bye bye.